Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion, plays the Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. It can't possibly be any worse on the damage spectrum than the last run. You know what's nice, actually? You might think that I oftentimes put up, I wouldn't say a facade, but 280B CHH7. I wouldn't say a facade, but I put on the appearance of being unhappy that we have an Azazel run, because Azazel is a little bit less dynamic than most other characters because of the built-in strength and brimstone and flying. Like, Azazel's strong. It's easy mode. However, we went through the whole run last time, except for the chest, with a damage stat of 3.5, so I honestly think that we need to treat ourselves. Otherwise, I'm gonna make, like, I'm gonna break my mental health in this game, is what I mean to say. People ask me, NL, how can you play this game for so long? There's a couple of answers to that question. One of them is that I genuinely love it. Another one is that it's my job. The answer that they're actually looking for, though, is, you know, how do you keep it fresh? And the answer to that question is very easy. First off, the game's extremely well designed. It builds its own freshness. Secondly, I basically do what I want. I do what feels right in the game, and I think that helps keep it fresh. So this run, by the way, is just out of control already. So we're obviously going to be probably completely fine here. But the fact that, you know, we have an Azazel run, I think is a good example of that. I could choose to be like, oh, what is Azazel? It's a baby mode. You know, we just want a run that was so hard. Give us something, you know, to chew on. But nah, I'm gonna treat this as the rest and relaxation that we deserve after a run that was garbage. You know what? I'm not gonna worry too much about the min-maxing of Satanic Bible as Azazel when we're, you know, blowing the doors off this run already. So really what this run comes down to is, do we want to, I mean, I'm building a great case to be made fun of if we end up losing, but oftentimes Azazel runs come down to, are you going to do boss rush? Are you going to be my girl? Doom, 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 doom. I mean, why not? Usually you skip boss rush because you have a built-in teleport card, but we'll see how the world changes once we get down there. Honestly, I'm fairly happy to get the belly button, mostly because we have already handled our HP in such an I mean, that was idiotic, but we've handled our HP in such an obvious way that there's really no reason to want red hearts. Like, we can actually get enough demon hearts to justify taking a deal with the devil that costs exclusively demon hearts. Now, I'd be saying like the opposite if we got an HP upgrade on that boss fight, but that's because I like to, you know, it's not really a lie. It's more I like to focus on the positive side for most of these items that we get. It's only once we get, I don't know, just hypothetically like 8 floors deep and we're still dealing with base damage, albeit with Succubus and 2020, that I start to complain about the run. I generally try to put a positive spin on things. I see things in the best possible light most of the time, despite the character that I play on the NLSS as well, which is just an exaggerated version of my own, you know, perception of societal slights. Anyway, camo undies. Basically irrelevant. Apparently, like, literally irrelevant. Because, well, you might as well shoot this right here. Apparently literally irrelevant because we don't have camo while we're charging. So, we want to go into every single room with a charge here, if only because that's the way we've always done it. So why mess with a formula that's been working out pretty well? You know, it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe theory. Good timing on that. Good timing on the joke as well with the, you know, release of Wonder Woman recently. I'm actually, and this is a meaty subject to talk about, and I'm not qualified. I know that there are, there's fanboy wars over, like, DC versus Marvel. And especially recently, the cinematic universe. There's a lot of ink spilled online. You know, people who are like, the critics are sabotaging DC movies. Suicide Squad was garbage, you know. A lot of people angry at one another, manufacturing things to yell at each other about and forget the fact that we're all human beings who's treating each other with respect, but I digress. Tears up. That's awesome. I mean, we're good to go, I think, here. And if you're passionate about that stuff, that's cool. I'm just saying, yeah, everybody should treat everybody well, until they've been given a good reason not to, at least. But I've said my piece on DC movies. Of course, like everybody on planet Earth, I quite like the Christopher Nolan Batman films. You know what? We should go all the way on this one. Incubus is fine, and Duality is going to be interesting at the very least. We'll try to do Angel Rooms to get a little bit more of a foothold in the experience of how those Angel Rooms are better now, or not better, as the case may be. But, I mean, like, I think they're literally better. I thought Batman vs. Superman was horrible. And you might tell me to watch the director's cut. That's fine. It's not going to happen. I gave it a chance with the... I mean, I've got no vested interest in wanting that movie to be good. Like, I understand if you watch it and you're like, this is bad, but I want it to be good. And then you watch the director's cut and you're like, this is better. That's fine. But, you know, I'm content with my opinion on that movie and how it turned out, in my opinion. But I'm stoked. I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, but I'm stoked that apparently it's not just good, it's great. I think that's a very positive thing. In so many different ways. But mostly I'm just happy that there's, like, a DC movie that it seems like I might like. That's cool. I'm quite pleased about that. I mean, I haven't seen the movie. I might think it's horrible, but, you know, I tend to fall in line with how the majority of critics think most of the time. You know, I've lived my life like there's no tomorrow. Hey, we really cannot get red hearts. Not the end of the world on this run, but still, I can't believe we just squeezed out there. It's so good. You know, I've lived my life long enough and, you know, looked at the critical consensus of things long enough that I think I'm one of those guys who mostly the critics represent the way that I think. And there's people that are very opposite of that, you know, i.e. people who love Grandma's Boy. And that's fine as well, you know. But I do find myself most of the time, if I go see a movie and the average critic score is like 2 stars, I'm like, that's a 2-star movie. Couple of experiences where I deviate, if I may be honest with you. I think Crank and Crank 2 are masterpieces. I think that people tripped over themselves to show and I mean, I hate when people do this to me. I'm gonna take this, by the way, to make another deal with the Angel, and you know, we're hopefully fine on HP. I hate when people go, "Oh, the critic is just he likes that movie because he wants to seem smart." But I'm doing the inverse here, and I also hate it. But I think critics tripped over themselves to some extent to be like, "This movie is dumb, and I'm smarter than it." I think Crank 2 is a genius movie, very, very, very silly. But, and over the top, but so over the top that I can't imagine disliking it. Like, when I watched that movie for the first time, and I was an adult, I did not see when I was, like, 10, and then just, you know, grandfather my enjoyment of that film into existence to this day. I saw it as an adult. I was like, this is a fantastic parody of action movies while also being a, like, I don't know if I'd say a good action movie, but hilarious nonetheless. That's the movie I'll go to bat for. I think everybody has some. That's what I'll go to bat for. I mean, Little Steven is not what we were looking for there, but I'm mostly looking for a deal with the Angel, which we should get because we have Goathead, and then we'll drop the Angel statue. We'll drop the present in there, is what I mean to say. And we get. If you void the present, I think you get to keep using it. I mean, I kind of deserve to get hit there, I'll be honest with you. Oh, but you can't void the present. We shouldn't have used it. We shouldn't have used it. That was dumb. Anyway, sensor. I forget. Is this... Okay, I thought... For a second, I thought that the sensor was the item that gave us 100% deal with the devil chance. And I was like, well, we already have that. So I handled this deal with the devil quite poorly. We should have gone, you know, void present. And then we could have gotten an item every time we used it. That's actually a huge whiff. So I'll take responsibility for that. I'm not going to void this. I'd rather go back and void the Satanic Bible so that effectively there's 0 chance we can ever die on this run. This is like... I literally looked over at my monitor and was like, how's the preview window looking? I was like, oh, bad frame rate. I must have gotten a Skype message. And in the time that it took me to turn my head from left to right to see the monitor, I had gotten a Skype message. What a world. So we're going to get Mad Spirit Hearts here. Good kid, Mad Spirit Hearts. And Void's a fun item. It's kind of like Crooked Penny, but slightly different. The value proposition is slightly different on it. But it's a fun item to use nonetheless. And Apollyon is a good add into the game, in my opinion, for basically the reason that this item is guaranteed to exist in some situations. We'll head downwards here. I'm going to choose to ignore the fact that there was a battery charge, which meant I totally could have voided the present if I just hadn't used it. And then also still voided Satanic Bible. But you're going to make mistakes in your life. And, you know, I hesitate to dig too much into the, like, I'm going to be the Bob Ross of the Binding of Isaac sort of thing. But, you know, you gotta accept that. At points in your life, you're going to make mistakes. I'll give you a great example, actually. I am... And this is not bragging at all here, not intentionally at least. I'm a good student. I pride myself, you know, I'm taking like 1 to 2 classes a semester in programming. That means I get a lot of time to focus on each class, and I would take more, but, you know, it's nice that I have plenty of time to focus on my work as well. So I pride myself on doing well in my classes. Recently, I got back an assignment that I did. I got a mark that I thought was really, really bad. And I was like, what happened? And I looked at it. And I realized that I had actually just forgotten. It is a coding class where we have to hand in paper assignments, weirdly enough. But anyway, that's beside the point. I looked at it and I realized that I'd actually just forgotten to hand in one of the files that was basically compulsory for the assignment. So I cost myself about 30% of the assignment mark just due to administrative failure on my fault. And at first I was like, you know, not really woe is me. I mean, I have degree, so I mean, I'm not trying to, again, it's not bragging, but it's like, this is kind of just like it's mostly for personal growth and for fun, but it was totally needless. But, you know, I tried not to beat myself up too hard over it, because it's just, you know, no matter what you do in your life, you should treat things that you care about with care, if that's not obvious, you know, in the naming convention. But you're gonna make mistakes. Can't beat yourself up over any of them for too long. Now, I mean, if you're looking at your cell phone while driving and you crash into somebody and, you know, they're injured, yeah, I mean, you should beat yourself up over that one. You were being a selfish and inconsiderate degenerate, and you caused harm to somebody that probably didn't necessarily deserve it. You should beat yourself up over that one for a while, but, you know, not for the rest of your life. You gotta get over things. Now, what prompted this conversation? That's right, it was a misuse of an item in a video game. So I'm not gonna act like it's that heady of a thing. You know what? Let's re-roll the whole run. I'm ready. Get out of here, you stinky void. Oh, we have anti-grav, Loki's horn, brimstone shots. We're a little slower than we used to be. All you can do, you know, oh dude, we need Dull Razor. We need Dull Razor. That's as simple as it comes here. All you can do with mistakes is, you know, learn from them and endeavor not to make them in the future. You might be young, and if that is the case, there's a chance you might be naive. Not all young people are naive, and not all naive people are young. However, you know, people say that, you know, when I was younger, they'd be like, hey, you're gonna make mistakes, don't beat yourself up. I was like, yeah, speak for yourself. Maybe you make mistakes. I'm on my way to being a perfect adult. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna be the one. You're not gonna be the one. It doesn't exist. As long as we're human beings and not machines, we're gonna make mistakes, and you gotta do your best to not make the same one again, but, you know, make mistakes that are productive. You can't be afraid of mistake making necessarily. Dude, no, I don't want this. I want IV bag. I don't want this. I want IV bag. Because I want to be able to use varicose veins to crap on enemies, you know, at my leisure. Come on. You got this. You got this. I will go extremely aggressive on this. It's also going to give us a max level Bumbo, so. Or at least it's going to help us on the road to Bumboism. Okay, we're getting into a little bit of dangerous territory. I'm also picking up a lot of the money. Just kind of not what I asked for. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. He's done it! Was it worth it? No, probably not. But our speed is definitely better now. And 2 blood bags? Sure, that's fine. I still wanted IV bag more, but 2 blood bags is totally okay by me. And at least that was probably going to be our last play either way, so the fact that it worked for us is very nice. But they made sure it was going to be our last play. I mean, I'll just be honest with you. I hate anti-grav with brimstone. Unless your rate of fire is like soy milk level, it's pretty garbage, but... Oh, I forgot we had Dark Bum. Like, via the reroll, obviously, so... Dark Bum really makes it very, very tough for us to lose, even though we threw away our easy win. I'm still feeling like this is beyond set in stone, basically. Or at least we've got a great chance. You know, absolutely we'll Emperor out right away. We're leaving behind our teleport card, but we also saved a little bit of HP in the process. Just wanted to get him to fall on the portal, and that's exactly how that went down. Still a little bit of a wonky run, I think it's fair to say. We need Bumbo to take care of, like, the little enemies. I was just about to get angry that we didn't get a deal with the devil. Would have been a little silly considering we literally just walked into a deal with the devil, but... This doesn't happen often on an Azazel run, but I would say, like, we need some damage. You know, considering we've had so many great spacebar items over this run, it's a little surprising, but we could really use a great spacebar item as well. I mean, you know the gist of how we got to this point, I'm sure. There we go, that's IV Bag. So IV Bag is insanely good. What I actually want to go along with this is, I mean, more HP is fine, but if we could get Bloody Penny, then effectively, no enemy can stop us. Now, obviously, we don't have unlimited HP, so there's sort of like, you know, we gotta be a little cautious about things, but, you know, I am also cognizant of the fact that this allows us to deal way more damage than we'd ever have the opportunity to deal otherwise, probably. Do we have Gimpy? Not quite spun, but a great rate of fire increase at the cost of some speed, well worth it. I think we should go for more options. If we could get, like, a reusable... No, Bumbo, this isn't for you. If we could get a reusable way to... We got one more floor. If we could get a reusable way to get hearts, we're so set. We're already in a great spot, and we're going to hit max level Bumbo, basically, I think, as a direct result of the fact that we have IV Bag. We're going to hit it faster, at least, as a result of that. We don't need to get another Spirit Heart. If we get one, that's good, but let's not spend 2 bombs on it. We might be able to make a good play on Boss Rush, too, but Bloody Penny would be really, really nice for making that happen. But for now, we'll just let Bumbo do his thing. Although we maybe would want the money, but it's not really necessary right now. I resent that we're having to be a little picky on what enemies we use our best abilities against. But hopefully we can pull that back as soon as possible. Wow, Bumbo. It's max level Bumbo. We've done it. He's ready to go. Okay, Samson's Luck. Not what we need. Tammy's Head. Sorry, Guppy's Head. Guppy's Head is not actually that good for us. We need the Hermit card, though. I mean, it's good, and we should pick it up, and I almost was a big idiot by not picking it up, but we don't need it to make the run work. I think we might have Maggie's Bow, and I just haven't noticed because we got so much stuff on our head to begin with. Because I think we picked up a half heart, and it counted as a full heart, which would be fantastic news. We're really looking like... I don't care about having the cancer trinket at this point. Of course, having our rate of fire go up is great, but the red hearts, you know, what was the guy's name from Lost? Desmond? The red hearts! Desmond, it's all about the red hearts. It's all we need to pop off on this run. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to be too impatient. We really just recently got this synergy to work, but... if it could come to fruition, that would be nice. Gimpy probably actually doesn't. Because it's going to give us a high percentage chance of getting red hearts from enemies that we kill, so. Which is good, because apparently they don't exist otherwise. Luck upgrade. Chaos card. Okay, we got a Chaos card again, but we don't need it yet. We want to use the Chaos card against Hush if possible. Wait, can we hold 2 cards? We had Polydactyl, but then we re-rolled like our whole run 20 times. That makes sense. Okay. Plan C we certainly do not want. So I'll blow you up. We're gonna make Boss Rush. We can't buy the Spirit Heart. That makes sense. Full health, range upgrade. It's actually still pretty good. And you jammed, so I think we're out. Obviously, that's the Magician, now that I think about it. So effectively, I was like, we're gonna get a Spirit Heart back anyway. Might as well use this for a couple rooms of goodness, hopefully. Is it? I'm just saying, red hearts normally are not this hard to come by. Not suggesting some kind of conspiracy. Just wondering where my red hearts are at, considering I have 5 luck and Gimpy, and I just need red hearts to, like, you know, do their thing here for me to pop off to an absurd degree. But anyway, it's well worth the cost of doing business there. No, Dark Bum, these are my red hearts. You jerk. We definitely want that, even if it's not going to pop right away. We'll take this, but don't suck me into the portal. I don't want to go. Proptosis is like 10 out of 10. The hearts are admittedly surprisingly tempting, but you know what? I'm actually going to try this on for size. Don't let Dark Bum take all your HP here. We're close to making the dream come true here. Which is why I'm protective of it. I mean, we're getting a lot of Spirit Hearts regardless because of the fact that we have Gimpy to begin with, but please. Oh! Got him pretty good. I don't think we're gonna ruin this for ourselves. We should be smart, but I'm like, where are the red hearts, dude? I ain't even mad, I'm just stunned. Oh, Dark Bum's taking them all. It's the secret. The truth comes out. At this point, we're kind of cemented in. Look, oh, the enemies are dying. They're not giving me the drops before Dark Bum gets them. It's a tight squeeze, man. I'm also just missing a lot of the drops. We apparently have, like, literal permanent Polaroid invincibility. That was better. I guess the ground being completely red isn't helping the situation here. Like, literally every half Spirit Heart that you pick up is so valuable in terms of killing enemies. And generating Spirit Hearts for yourself, for that matter. That missing just a few has thrown us, like, a little bit out of whack here. Okay, we finished it. We got Cricket's body, which is a nice tears up. I don't know, though. That was weird. I'm not sure we handled that. Well, I mean, I'll just guarantee you we didn't handle that properly. I'm not doing the Delirium fight, at least not right now. I would like to get, oh, it was pretty poor, but I'd like to get 1/2 red heart, please. I'm losing my mind. And the reason I'm losing my mind is because up to this point, I'm not suggesting like there was a change in the game necessarily, but most of the time, Gimpy gives you so many red hearts that it's actually annoying. The fact that we're getting what appears to me to be like almost none is crazy. So we're basically just doing this, and we're popping in here, and we're pressing the space bar twice, probably. Probably didn't even need to press it the second time, but I stand by it. Hey, the speed upgrade's nice. Hey, thanks. We got spun. Also got some HP out of it. We'll head down to the next floor. No deal with the devil, but that's completely okay. Just don't squander the run, because the run is innocent and also very, very good. And the spun pickup, you know, for extra damage, it's not insignificant. We got spun and sun. It's everything the body needs on this one. What are you doing? He's shadowing me. Get out of here, you dark bum jerk. He's taking all my red hearts before I can't even see him because the portals are covering him up half the time. I got pretty lucky there. Okay, that belongs to me. This also belongs to me. Did we take half damage there? No, we took a full heart. That's fine. And we're really, like, this is a very, very strong run as long as the red hearts hold up, which so far they have been a little iffy on, but, I mean, I'm thinking that's, like, largely my fault, as the case may be. If you just give me more red hearts, that's good. This run is, like, and I'll apologize for it, but it's come off the rails a little bit. Mostly because of just the fact that it's very strange. It's like a IV bag to deal damage run. But then this jerk is taking all my red hearts, despite the fact that most of the time it's like one of my favorite items. Dark Bum, that is. Mostly the only reason that's probably even better than High Priestess, but the only reason I'm messing around at all with the with IV bag is A, varicose veins is really fun when it works. No deal. I'm not fighting Hush with this setup. I think it's just asking for trouble. And B, anti-grav with like a really short-range brimstone laser is just sort of frustrating to deal with. So we found a way to circumvent the situation in a way that's fun. Just need to make sure that we are doing so in a way that's safe. And the jury's kind of out, to be honest. How? How, Sway? How do you not take damage there? Someone got dusted. Okay, you know what? You gave me a Spirit Heart. I am not even mad, except a little bit. And the dream is really that we use a Spirit Heart to deal damage, and then we get a Spirit Heart back, because they seem to be showing up, you know, as often as Red Hearts here. I think we, honestly, might just be better off going for flies. And then we can use Hematemesis, and that's pretty productive Hematemesis for us. We could get Guppy. It's not likely, but we could get Guppy. I need it. We got max level Bumbo dealing some damage as well. It's just like, without anti-grav, this run looks a lot safer, is all I'm trying to say. I almost wish we were in the sort of situation in which we could, like, if we had the Drain You Heart right now, I forget, Eve's Bird Heart or whatever, we would be rolling right now. No, wait, Eve's Bird Heart would change nothing. Disregard that. I feel like this run is making me lose my mind a little bit. It's probably time for this to be the last Isaac run of the day. I'm getting a little sloppy. We didn't need that. Maybe we want to not take any red hearts. That way we're always losing spirit hearts and potentially always gaining them. It might seem like an obvious strat here, but it isn't, in my opinion. Because most of the time you have IV bag, you want to get as many red hearts as possible. Like, I need the red heart so I can play this once, like, without being like too over dramatic. I need the red heart. That way I can't get in there because it's too dangerous, man. I need the red heart so that I can hurt myself, so that I can only use spirit hearts from that point onwards. You see what I'm getting at here? That's the one. Okay, so we're in a better spot now. Just let this guy die by natural laser-based causes. I need this, actually. Because we're gonna... Well, we didn't need 2, but we can... Better to have 2 than to have 1, because we can... Check this out. I don't think I want to play you. It's just a little too dangerous right now. Don't pick up red hearts. Red hearts belong to Dark Bum now, despite the fact that I don't really understand what I'm doing, apparently. So now... We're using IV Bag. Red hearts go to Dark Bum, who can give us Spirit Hearts. This is just like a pivot of our strategy. And Spirit Hearts that we generate from getting hit ourselves, we just pick up to make up for the fact that we took damage. And I'm thinking maybe there is something that makes the dream work in there. Don't want to go too deep on this, like, at all. So if we get hit, you know, if we deliberately hurt ourselves a couple times per room, things are going to start to get a little scary. I think we should also let Bumbo pick up all the coins. The other thing that this run could really do with is just a little bit of patience, honestly. And, you know, I mean, I'm not above singing the Guns N' Roses song. I've been walking the streets at night, just trying to get it right, and I need you. That's more like old Axl. Like, not the Axl from old, the Axl that is old. Again, these belong to you, so you can get... Okay, well, you know what? Pop perks here. That's as close to, like, an indication as I can give you that this proof of concept for this run will work. Isaac's getting dusted, like no time flat. And nothing here really sells it. Got a Tears upgrade, 10 bombs. Virgo. Virgo's occasional longer invincibility, so there's value. Not sure it's that good, but it's something. Whipworm, obviously on a run like this, not really our biggest concern. I picked up a red heart, but that's, you know, the good thing about that is that there's always going to be more. And we'll just try to, like, spam some anti-grav portals now. And now that I've actually taken the time to realize how quickly I can spam out these crosses, I'm like, why am I messing around with this finicky, like, IV bag strat? And then I press the spacebar next to an enemy and I go, oh, right, that's why, because it's flippin' sweet. But, you know, as a secondary attempt, you could do a lot worse than, like, once every 2 seconds being able to put out a portal that is just gonna murder most enemies. Should have gotten the HP there. Well, the great thing about this run, the run is very good. It's just I'm experimenting with it and, like, putting ourselves in a weird spot. Is basically what's happening. But the great thing about this run is that we know if we walk into the boss fight and we have the ability to press the spacebar, Blue Baby's basically gonna die. We'd like to have the ability to press the spacebar twice, if possible. Dude, little Chad. A little too little. I mean, but it's not too late. It's just, it's later than I'd like it to be. It's like a happy ending, but why did we wait so long? Maybe Beelzebub? No, we only got 2. So, yeah, again, Blue Baby is just so highly dustable that... Why? Why do it? First off, no streak. Secondly, we should be able to dust Delirium. There's so many ways that Delirium gets dusted. Go in with full health and a perks pill, and Delirium's dusted. You just mash the spacebar until it dies. So we're gonna try to get back to full HP, basically. We got a nice damage bonus as well, like... I'm feeling the love there. It really actually does... Oh, that was really dumb. It really does not matter whether I take the hearts or, Okay. It's getting a little scary. It doesn't really matter right now whether I take the hearts or Blue Baby takes the hearts. What does matter is that, we don't take damage, and also that we fight Delirium last. Or not fast, at least. Because we got some work to do first. But I think this is actually a chance for redemption, so I'm very grateful that we've been given this opportunity. I am going to use... I'm going to use our Varicose Vein strat. But I can only use it once I know we're safe to use it, if that makes sense. Like, Lover's card, that's very good. I want it to generate a lot of red hearts so that we can use them or Dark Bomb can use them. So the way that that happens is, like, we're taking these for now because we want them, but the way that that happens is we find a very, oh god, thank you, Infamy. Find a very busy room. It's not this room. Dude, Infamy, you're the greatest. Okay, we're at full HP. Now we can start the pop. So now we start, hopefully not using too many red hearts. Verp gives us another range up pill. Justice card. More HP. Oh, a Tinted Rock, no kidding. 2 Spirit Hearts. Let's go. Maybe we don't need to get finicky with it. Maybe I'm just trying to come up with excuses to use our easy way out more often. I think we should just slow down, accept the Spirit Hearts that we get for free as being an awesome bonus. And then when we fight Delirium, just, you know, shoot our whole wad all at once. It's an awkward way to phrase that, but I think you understand what I mean. If you don't, what I mean is, we're going to walk into that room, we're going to stand next to Delirium, and we're going to press space, and we're going to wait till our invincibility wears off, and then we're going to press space again. Because that gives max time for Bumbo to do what Bumbo wants to do. Rib of Greed is irrelevant right now. And I actually don't, oh, that was pretty bad. I don't care about fighting Delirium last anymore. I think we're ready. I know it changed pretty quickly, but a Perks pill would be nice, you know. Algiz doesn't really matter that much. The HP is, it's good. It gives us another, like a little leg up on the situation. But this is what we want. We want to kill multi-segmented enemies so that they have a huge chance to drop things that can turn into Spirit Hearts. Alright, well, it's a tiny room. Probably not a Delirium fight. Full HP, though. 2 of Hearts, that's actually enormous. So we basically do not care about that boss. This could be Delirium. I'm ready. I'm ready to crap on him. Monster 2. Bosses, I'm gonna hit. We can't lose IV bags, so we can't make the call here. I'd take more red hearts. It would work. Hopefully this serves as a little bit of redemption for a run that we've played quite spottily, I'll admit. 2 of clubs, 82 bombs. It's good if our bombs were a little bit better, but you know, it's not bad because our bombs are bad too. Still more bombs either way. Come on, dude. I mean, I'm just making idle chit-chat here while you pay out with thank you. The more red hearts, the merrier? I don't really know. That's a tiny skull. Is that just part of the ground? Why did that shoot at a 45-degree angle? Okay, maybe I'm losing my mind. Just get in here. You know, I've been treating these low-range brimstone lasers as if they're a huge negative. We should really just treat them as if they're turrets. Use the turrets. Thank you, Bumbo. Use the turrets to deal damage. Sure, there's a chest back there. If chests were... Oh, dude, Infamy is the star of the show. If chests were guaranteed to give us items, no problem. Second 2 of Hearts. I'm starting to think somebody up there likes me. I don't know if I can stomach playing another Judgment at this point. Getting a little on the ridiculous side with the Judgments. I almost don't think we can lose. We can't take 2 of Hearts in, but we basically have 1.5 times our existing amount of HP. I would be surprised if we lose. This could be Delirium. I almost want it to be at this point so we can finish this this cursed run, but we're gonna get it. Dim Bulb. Highly relevant. Okay. Blast Assist. Cool. Not what I wanted at all. Bunch of pills. We should take them. There's no reason not to take them. Should take them. Tears up. Tears up. Does not work, but nice to know. Hematemesis is worse than Two of Hearts, but they both, you know, they got their merits. I still think something about this run is like, it's a little bit of a cruel joke. Like, to give me all the most convenient way that's hilarious to deal damage, and then not give me the amount of red hearts necessary to do it. Because all of our red hearts are being siphoned by, you know, the Usurper, Dark Bomb. I ain't mad, I'm just sorta, like, we got all the items necessary for a wicked synergy, and you took it all away, and then you shoved it in my face. And now those are just the lyrics to that song by Puddle of Mud. Can you take it all away? I mean, yes it is. You got me. The Delirium fight cannot be down there, so instead, we continue what feels like the world's longest run. And I told you, just because it's an Azazel run doesn't mean, you know, it's guaranteed to be, you know, a samey kind of boring snooze fest. This is not a snooze fest. In my estimation, at least. I'll go to this with 1 less HP, and maybe that's, you know, silk slippers down the staircase, you know? It's the beginning of the end, but I think we got it. Okay, it's Gish. Get dusted, Gish. Welcome to the dusting party. Sure, it's Latchkey. Not against it. Go back. I think it's a half red heart. It's a half red heart. If we get a second half red heart, we'll work it in, but now you're speaking my language. And or offering me a Vegemite sandwich. Delirium. Satan. Alright. But like at some point, there's gonna be the Delirium fight is the thing. And once we get that, then, you know, the world's our oyster. It's very, very easy money. I don't want to use Compost because I might accidentally turn IV Bag into spiders. I don't think it does that, but I think it is worth not being silly about. Was that the damage out of Nearsighted Friend? Because I don't think I've ever been as impressed with Nearsighted Friend as I was right there. Which is a big surprise for an item that's been in the game for 200 years. So maybe Nearsighted Friend has brought it back completely. Get dusted. 2 dustings. What? 1 dusting? 'Cause it's 1 dust. 1 bank. Okay, we need the half heart. Nice. Nice. Are we ready? This has got to be it, right? What? It's the world's longest floor. I didn't think it was possible for a floor to be this long. There's no question. We got, oh, I wanted both of them. It doesn't really matter, but okay. We got invincibility out of Virgo. That means we wait. Yeah, wait and deal as much damage as possible with your own brimstone lasers. There's no reason to hurt ourselves. We might as well wait till our invincibility's almost up and then pop it. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna win. The Virgo invincibility, oh my god, he got totally crapped on there. The Virgo invincibility was too good. So we, you know, a little bit of redemption towards the end of this run. Let's go. Anyway, we're good. Thanks for watching. That's 2 in a row. It's a start. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.